All right, all right. I think we are live. I'm seeing the chat come across. We'll make sure people are chatting with us. You want to say hey? Oh, that's you. Do you want to say hey, Nuno? Is it Nuno or Nuno or
It's Nuno, yeah.
Nuno? Okay, cool.
Yeah. It's okay if you pronounce it like Nuno, but people usually call me Nuno, yeah.
Yeah, well, that's kind of like, I guess that would be more like, Spanish or whatever with the
Actually, in
with the
Portugal, there
Inye.
is a culture that people used to call me Maduro, which is my last name. When they want to speak with me, they just call me Maduro, which is a little bit weird, but yeah, I do prefer Nuno. Nuno, it's fine.
Nice. Cool.
Yeah.
Right on. Well, let's see here. Let me adjust my audio just a little bit. Everybody hearing and seeing us okay? Seems like we're good. You should just be seeing Nuno and I right now, split screen. So let us know, and then we're going to switch over to Nuno's screen. He's going to give us a quick intro into Pest, particularly making plugins, because that's something I'm interested in doing to help collaborate with with everything. So let me close some windows that I noticed are up in the background. And again, let us know in the chat you're hearing and seeing us okay. I'm going to go ahead and switch the screen now. Here we go. All right. I definitely don't want to install and relaunch uh, iTerms. Let me fix that real quick. All right, cool. All right, so we should be switched over to Nuno's screen now, and he is going to talk to us about Pest real fast.
Yeah, so people can see my face, they can see my screen, correct? At the same time.
Yes, they should be able to see us in the little corner, and then you on the screen.
Okay, people, let me know in the chat if everything sounds good. So yeah, today the goal of this pair programming stream, it's basically having GMAC having coding a plugin for Pest. And for those of you who are here and don't know what Pest is, we can say that Pest is an alternative to PHP Unit. So yeah, PHP Unit has been in the wild for a long, long time now. And I kind of created an alternative for PHP Unit that gives you this nice, elegant syntax of the it describe that you might have seen in JavaScript, especially if you were using something like Jest. Now, there is a little bit more than this new API that I'm giving to Pest. There is also the output in the console, which is a little bit better. Let me make sure. Please tell me in the chat if you are seeing correctly. But the output that Jest gives you is a little bit more verbose, let's say, than PHP Unit. So with PHP Unit, you wouldn't see a snippet, for example, when you have problems. Well, yeah, so Pest has been a while for now, I think 1 month. And so if I can give you some highlights of this new testing framework, you can see, for example, that usually the way people write tests would be something like this. You would write, for example, test, and then the description of the test, and then you would assert something inside of that test. We also have I-ordered tests, which is kind of my favorite, and that is basically if you don't pass closure, you can chain the assertions after it. Did you know this one, JMac?
Yeah, that's cool. I watched your video at Laracon EU, and
You
so
did?
it
Okay.
was cool to see, just how you can kind of chain all these on.
Yeah, I'm doing this all the time, to be honest. Let me just put this in do not disturb.
Yeah.
So yeah, so you so yeah, you have high order tests. For example, we have data sets, which is also something I really like. So in PHP Unit, you would probably do or having a function that returns your data set. So for example, if you want to test an email validation, you would have to have a private method that returns a data set. And with Pest, it's really easy. You just say, I want to test this specific test with this set of emails, and your test will run multiple times.
Yeah, I
So
like
yeah, I
that a
mean,
lot.
yeah, we have tons of shit. Like for example, we have the coverage section, which is basically gives you the coverage straight from in the terminal. This is something that I really wanted. I don't know if you have worked with coverage in PHP Unit, but you have like this HTML output it can be tricky to see
Yeah.
the coverage basically, and I really wanted this to be simple, so you can do just passed off option coverage, and you have the coverage straight from your terminal. Very easy to understand, very human readable, let's say.
Does it require Xdebug like PHP unit
Yeah,
still? Yeah.
yeah,
Okay.
it requires like Xdebug or
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
those two that I never use it, but you
Cool.
need
Cool.
to have at least one driver that can parse coverage.
Nice.
Yeah, it's unfortunately I cannot cover everything today, but yeah, I made a talk to Laracon EU where I have demoed the entire project, and I think it will be public soon, so everyone will be able to see all the features that we have in Pest. But today in this stream, we are actually been talking about plugins. So a plugin is a way of adding a new functionality to Pest, and honestly, like the framework Past is very, very stable, but the plugin API, it's really evolving fast because right now people are using Past and they want to see new stuff in Past that doesn't exist in the core or doesn't exist by default. And people want to develop stuff for Past that they can cable somehow into this testing framework. And so people like JMac, he want to actually have a new feature that we are going to cover today, and he wants me to show him how can we do that. How can we create a plugin for Pest? So let me show you guys, for example, what would be a plugin for Livewire, for example. So this is an official plugin for Livewire. And the way it works is that you just have to require Pest PHP, Pest plugin Livewire, and that instantly gives you a new method that you can use straight in your test. So you don't have to do any kind of registration. Like for example, in PHP unit, you would probably need to use a trait, for example. So here, everything happens magically. So you do require, and then you will have a new method called Livewire that you can use immediately. And of course, if you don't want to use this high order tests, you can always pass a closure and then say Livewire test my component, call the increment, and assert something. So this is how a plugin would look like. It's something that you require from Composer, and everything needs to just work. So there is no registration, no kind of configuration. I don't like those things. So yeah, so this is how a plugin look like. And for today, and I think now we can jump a little bit into JMac screen, I'm going to guide you how can you create a plugin. Because JMac, I don't know, probably don't know this, but the section that we have right now concerning plugins, this is the very first version of Pest that offer you a very naive implementation of plugins. And today I want you to actually create a plugin with the upcoming version of Pest, which is 0.2.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm going to send you a link. Can I send you a link through Skype or something?
I'm sure you can. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna. How do I? Don't share my screen right now.
Oh, okay. Well, let's turn your screen share off. Let's figure that out first of all.
I think I made it. You should screen right now.
Oh no.
Why? What's
I
up?
haven't. No, no, no. You're good. I haven't shared my privacy settings with Skype, which means I have to jump off Skype real quick and call you back.
Okay.
So to share my screen, I think I'm not there yet. So hold on a sec.
Oh, because you have the same problem as me that you need to go to the settings and.
Well, it's supposed to have privacy settings. Should be good. Let's see here.
Okay.
I mean, definitely the live stream can see it, but you wouldn't be able to see it, which would be kind of annoying.
Yeah, I need to see it, man.
Yeah, we need to get your real-time visibility.
Yeah.
All right, technical difficulties here. Let's figure this out real quick. Let me take you off full screen mode.
Meanwhile,
Where is... I want to share my screen. To grant Skype permissions, go to screen recording. Okay, so maybe I'm just in the wrong spot. Oh, cool. We got a link. How do I, like, stop full screen? It's so hard.
yeah.
Skype. Where are my buttons? Skype. I just want to
I don't
exit
use
full
Skype
screen.
since I was in
There we
Portugal,
go.
and that was 5 years ago, man.
Yeah. And now I got your chat. That's good. Let me open this.
Okay.
So again, I think the live stream is seeing my screen, but I want to make sure Nuno is seeing my screen so he can guide me in real time and not have to do the YouTube lag. So I am going to close Skype real fast, and we're going to bring Nuno back after I adjust my settings.
Okay.
So let me do that. All right, I'll call you right back.
Okay.
All right, so everybody on the live stream, just bear with me for a second. It's just me. Let's go to my system settings. Let's definitely not start listening to Spotify. And what was that in? Security? Where are you, security? There we are. And something about screen recording. Yeah, there we go. See, Skype has screen recording. What the heck is the problem here? Let's try it again. Okay, so let's bring Skype back to life. And we'll call Nuno. And call. Got the little jingle. Cool, and we're back. All right, let's see if I can share screen with you this time. Share screen. Can you see me?
I can see you, yes.
All right, cool.
I cannot see your screen yet, though.
Can't see my screen. Uh-oh.
Not yet.
Oh, sorry, I haven't hit start sharing. It helps when I hit the start sharing button. How about now? Can you see GitHub?
Yeah, I can see the GitHub. It's perfect.
All right, cool. I'm going to minimize Skype. And there we go. Okay, everybody should be seeing my screen now, and Nuno should be seeing it too, and we're on the Pest plugin template. Cool.
Yeah.
So what am I looking at?
Yeah, so basically this is do you know the feature from GitHub that they actually allows you to create a new template where you can start a project from?
Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, look at that. That's cool.
Yeah, so basically you need to use this template to get started.
Let's do it. I'm going to call this...
Now we are going to pass here like 5 minutes right now.
We'll do sit and fit. All right, cool. Okay. And I'll create it from this template. We'll clean this up later. It's fun.
Yeah, okay.
Maybe it's like sit fit pest or pest sit fit. I'll rename it later.
Okay.
All right, cool. So let's probably clone this so I can start working on it. I'm going to make this full screen. And let's clear. And I'm going to go to my workspace. And we'll do git clone paste sit fit. All right, cool. And then let's cd into sit fit. The other day I started throwing commands. Like I forgot to go into the directory after I cloned it. And I just started like throwing all sorts of commands. And I was like, where's my code? So it's a critical piece there. Noob mistake. Anyway.
Yeah.
Cool. And I guess we probably want to like bring this up in PHP Storm or something, huh? Yeah,
just to see a little bit of the structure, because something that I've made yesterday at night, because I told you this is like evolving daily. This plugin API, I really wanted to make it good for the 0.2 version.
Yeah.
And I made yesterday a pull request that actually offers you like a default structure that I wanted to see with you.
Yeah. All right, my iMac is getting ready to take off.
You're using PHP Storm, man.
We'll see. We might have to switch to Atom or something. We'll see.
You're using PHP Storm and Skype at the same time. Can you imagine?
And screen recording.
And screen recording, yeah.
It's catching up. It's catching up.
It is? Okay.
But yeah, it was slow there for a sec. All right, cool. Got a README file, which I'm assuming probably shows me some stuff. We got some tests.
Yeah. Source. And we can probably start by those, by the tests.
All right, cool.
So the tests basically kind of use the functionalities that this plugin is providing. Yeah, you need to do that.
Yeah, I'll do that in the background. All right, go ahead. The tests.
Okay. Yeah, so if we click, for example, in functions, what we are seeing is that, first of all, this plugin gives you a new function, which can be an assertion, or can be an expectation, or a mocking function, or a faker, or a live wire.
Nice.
So this is the first thing this plugin is doing. Means that, for example, you can use this function outside of the test or the it function, which will kind of create the it in the test for you, but you can also use it inside the test itself.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And this is something a little bit tricky to explain, but in the 0.2, and I'm going to write docs about it, you can write assertions outside of the test closure.
Okay.
This is the new stuff. And what it does is that it will create the test description for you. So for example, if you run that specific test right now with Pest, you will see something like example foo as description.
Okay. So what do we do?
Make
We do vendor bin pest.
exactly. Then you pass functions or yeah.
Oh, okay.
So that's the test functions is the second test that we just saw before.
There we go.
Yeah, so when you do a plugin, something that most people do is actually they provide a function that does something. It can do an assertion, it can create a new test, which is something that you want to do today, or it can provide the extra functionalities just like Livewire.
Okay. So
So
what
the
is?
function,
Oh,
yeah,
go ahead.
please.
Go ahead.
The function that you just saw is being provided by the autoload file, which is this first file on the source directory.
Okay.
And what the function does, it's pretty simple. It basically proxies the given arguments to the method that exists in the test case. Now, this is a little bit tricky to explain, but let's again talk about Livewire.
Okay.
So the Livewire function gives a new function to the dis object, correct? So technically, you would be able to do a dis Livewire something, call whatever, and assert something. So what we want here is actually take this function approach to just proxy what was called to the test, to the underlying test. I think, let me know if it's not clear, because even for me this is difficult to explain.
That's okay. Maybe let's just try to start writing, and we'll learn the hard way.
That's a good thing to do. Yeah.
So just for kicks, what I would think, just to let's say I'm gonna build sit or something. So
Yeah.
this might not be right, but you can stop me where I start going wrong. So I'm just gonna make a sit, and let's not add it right away.
Mm-hmm.
And okay, cool. So was this automatic, or did I copy that? Oh, okay. It came out of the example. All right, cool.
Yeah, you can remove those if you want.
Yeah. Okay, fair enough. So let's say that I wanted to build, so this would just be like a real test, right?
Yeah.
This would work right now, and we'll just say like, I am a test, just for giggles.
Yeah.
And let's run sit. It's all good. I'm a test. I'm a test. All right. It runs a test. There we go. That feels cleaner. Okay. So what I want to build is two things. One, I can do S here, and it would skip the test automatically.
Okay.
So based on what you were saying a second ago, that makes me a little bit concerned that like somehow the it is like a core level thing, and I won't be able to override that.
Yeah, you won't be able to override that, indeed.
Okay. So is this even possible?
It is possible.
Okay.
So I think
It's gonna be tricky though.
No, I don't think so. We
Okay.
need just to start off by giving that function globally available, because something that I think you want to do. So first of all, what JMac is trying to do here is that providing a sit method that will skip the method automatically, since I understood correctly, correct?
Yeah, so basically that's syntactic sugar for like runs a test and then skip.
Exactly.
It would basically be this.
Okay. So I think we should get started by loading that sit method globally. So because if you do a little bit of TDD, so if you remove the line 5, if you run your test, what TDD will tell you, and you run on the terminal, is that the function doesn't exist. Yeah.
Sure.
So we need to get started by that, by creating that function.
Okay. So I feel like I would go in here to the actual source and make a sit.
Okay.
And I'm just going to kind of rename this. but because this is a top level method, this already kind of feels wrong because
Exactly.
this I can see is like, putting it
Hmm.
underneath there. So maybe we should start with the auto load file.
Yeah.
And so maybe I would make like a function sit and then somehow return like the test that it was and tack on only.
Yeah, I'm just smiling because I even thought about it yesterday, but I want to see how it works actually.
Okay, is this register? Because I guess this is auto loaded, so this is global namespace. Let's see what
Yeah,
happens. Call to undefined function sit.
yeah, you might need to run composer dump autoload, I
Oh,
think.
okay, no problem. Composer dump auto load. All right. Call to undefined function sit.
Okay. Hmm.
So,
Yeah, so I think the problem is that you were assuming that that was in the global namespace, but in plugins we are now forcing people to using namespace instead. So you might want to remove the namespace on top of it
oh, up here.
to make it globally. Yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
I probably don't want any of this stuff anymore.
Exactly.
Let's
All of
just.
that can be removed, and even the use cases.
All right. Oh yeah, good call.
In the Swig types, man. Feel free. Huh? It's only my.
No, let's keep it. Let's honor it. I like to honor it. Okay, so we're passing, which
Yeah.
is funny because I would expect to see like a skipped test if we had all this working correctly. But it's
Yeah.
cool that it's passing, like in a
It's
way.
cool that it's passing. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So what is test? Like I'm curious what test
Well,
is.
yeah. So a test is basically a way of giving you access to the current test case. Let's say, let's
Mm-hmm.
put it this way. So, for example, if you want to build a helper for something, you might want to access to the current test case to perform, for example, a Laravel get or a
Yeah.
post request. So the test is basically a proxy to the current test case, so people can use it behind the scenes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So what would be the magic here?
Well, I think sit, as you told me, is a little bit different from the other ones
Mm-hmm.
because when you are calling sit, you actually are creating the current test. So I wouldn't use, well, I still use test, but we need to pass the description and all those kind of things.
Okay. Pass the description.
Yeah, because you want to do a, so imagine that you have a it, normally you would do a it does this,
Mm-hmm.
and assert get whatever. So we need to kind of obey to the same API as the it or the test function. Do you know what I mean?
Kind of, yeah. So
Yeah.
let me make sure I understand correctly, though, because again,
Mhm.
this is kind of a tricky, you know, plug or I guess function to build because it's top level. So like, let's go back here. Let me get rid of this side stuff here, and
Mhm.
then trait sit. No, sorry, we're in auto load. There we go. That's where I want to be.
Yeah.
So which part, just for reference,
Mhm.
test is it this or is it the whole thing? Or is it
Uh,
like a pointer to what's going to be run?
well, uh, not sure if I understood your question here, but what we would do here is that
Mm-hmm.
we would say every time someone calls, so first of all, people would normally do it,
Mm-hmm.
does this, assert something, right?
Yeah.
So what we would do is that I'm going to just proxy everything that was given to me, and I'm going to create the it myself inside of this function.
Okay.
That's the way I would do things here. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Um,
So how do I get the reference to that proxy? Is it test?
It is, so for example, if you go for a source example over there, if you, to the test that we were just before,
Mm-hmm.
maybe not the example, sorry, the test.
Oh, yep.
Yeah. So this is the way people would do things, right? So you
Mm-hmm.
basically need to call the it inside of the feed
Oh,
in the
okay.
same way. You know what I mean?
I
Yeah.
see. I see. That makes a little more sense now. Okay,
Yeah,
so in the auto load, sit would actually get like a string description
exactly.
because I'm seeing it now. Let's bring it over. All right, so sit would actually get the description because we're actually replacing that top level method. And
Hmm.
then we would use that to rebuild something kind of interesting like it tests only or skip, I mean.
Yeah, this it will be skip. Yeah.
So we would do something like that.
Well, I wouldn't call even test. I don't. We don't need that
Oh, okay.
because we are just proxying to the original method here. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we don't even need to like call
Yeah.
the chain because we're
That,
just
that,
straight up skipping it.
but that's fine. We are actually tacking like a plugin that nobody would never do. Like this is the first time actually seeing someone wanted to ship a global function that will decorate the original behavior of the
Yeah.
eat or the test. So it's a new situation that it's cool that we are actually taking it together.
Yeah, it's different.
Hmm.
Hey, it skipped. So exciting. Woo!
Yeah, I think it's working, but we need to cover all the use cases.
Yeah,
Right now, we just have made a test with a description. You need to keep in mind that people may pass a closure, for example. And I
that's
think
right.
someone in the chat just said that. Yeah.
Good call. So this could be just a hardcore closure, or well, it'd be two parts, right? You'd still have
Yeah.
your description.
In JMac, this is my favorite thing about Pest is that I can test Pest with Pest itself, and that's
Yeah.
it's so cool. I
No,
like it.
that is pretty cool. So let's do the same thing. Assert true, true in here. Whoops. I'm gonna run this, and we definitely both skipped, but we didn't really honor that closure at all.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess it doesn't matter because we're just straight up skipping their test.
Hmm. That's interesting.
So it's kind of, I mean, I can put it in here for a fancy, you know, um,
Never thought about it. Yeah, I think, yeah,
I
you
mean, you
can even
really
pass it,
don't.
but doesn't. Yeah.
Yeah, just for the purposes of highlighting, like, can we make this nullable, I guess? Yeah, there we go. So PHP Storm likes it. So we could put this in here, but we just never use it anyways, so who gives?
Yeah, I know what you mean. Because if you didn't put the callable, PHP Storm would probably complain about the line 5, correct?
Yeah, exactly. It was giving me the little ugly squigglies. So we'll be like good kids and put that in
Ah,
there.
got it. Yeah, that's a nice. Yeah.
So, but yeah. Okay, that really wasn't so bad. I mean, it definitely took a second to figure out. I'm still a little confused on what test is, but I'm getting lucky because it doesn't really matter in my case because I'm not even going to
Yeah.
run your test.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So test is it's yeah, it's a little bit magical, and I think I need to work in the docs about it.
Well,
The
I think the
test
next one we
basically.
do is going to matter. Fit will
Okay.
matter.
Let's see. Let's see.
So
Okay.
let's keep going. But yeah, I mean, I'm with you. Sorry, didn't mean to cut you off.
No, it's fine. So basically, the tests, and yeah, we can start cleaning it up a little bit. The tests, we did cover all the situations. Let me take a look.
Oh,
So we
sorry.
cover high order tests, and we cover when you pass a closure. So I think, so high order test when you pass a closure. Can you just for the sake of it, call sit with a description but without nothing?
Oh
I think
yeah,
we'll change nothing because, but I want to make sure of it.
something like
Yeah,
that.
just like that. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Perfect. So you agree that this API doesn't allow you to create a reason why did you skip things, correct?
Yeah, like what I'm thinking here, this comes straight from like Jasmine and RSpec.
Mm-hmm.
I used to work on like a pair programming polyglot team, and like so it just we used a lot of different tech, and at the time I remember being like really annoyed that PHP didn't have like this nice functional look, see, like just like you have.
Yeah.
Um, so it's really really cool. I mean, they did. There was things like faux and so forth, and I think a few years ago there was Callan or Kalan or something. Um,
Okay.
But anyways, it's really cool to see Pest finally hit the scene and have a little more gusto than those things before, like the community embracing it. Because I feel like some of those early predecessors weren't embraced. And without
Mm-hmm.
PHP 7.4, you didn't really have short closures, which make this all nice and cleaner as well,
Mm-hmm.
right? But
Well,
anyways, go ahead.
I think that is also the fact, and people like when I was early starting Past, people were saying, "Oh, there is already like Caban or whatever the name of it, and also another alternatives that offer the same syntax." And I was constantly thinking, "Yeah, but I cannot use Laravel with it. Like if I try to use the current PHP unit based testing in Laravel, it just doesn't work." And I wanted something that is really progressive, that people can still have PHP unit and use Pest at the same time, and everything just feels natural. And that's the way I feel about Pest. Oh, I see that the syntax is here as well. Nice.
Yeah, so again, these other languages have this syntax. The next one I think is going to be a little cooler because like if you want to skip a test, you probably want to do that, more in the traditional way. Um,
Mm-hmm.
just because like this, it's gonna be skipped for a while. But the one that I think is really cool and the one I want to kind of maybe focus on and end on, which might be more of a challenge and get us
Mm-hmm.
back to what that test function actually did is fit. And this would be, for example, if I had multiple tests, but I wanted to maybe just focus one, and that means none of the others run.
Hmm.
So this is equivalent to really doing something like vendor bin, I don't know in Pest, but it would be filter equals whatever the thing is. So if I just want to focus one test in a single class and run my whole test suite again, it would pick that up. That's pretty baller, and it might not be possible.
Well, I think we have that feature. Let
Oh,
me
you
check.
do? Okay, cool. Well, there you have it.
I'm not sure though, and I cannot remember the method for it, but I think we have it. Let me check.
Is there like a
Uh,
focus? There is a focus. No, wait, there's not.
there is, but I think yeah.
That's just, that might just
Uh,
be PHP Storm being fancy. Only? Oh, is there an only?
I think it's only
There is
yeah.
an
I think
only.
it's only yeah.
Let's do this. Let's do vendor bin pest, and then test fit.
Well, normally you don't pass nothing right now, right? So if you use the only,
Oh
if
yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, it would
yeah.
only do that. So this is exactly what I'm looking for. Just another shorthand for only, but I can say fit instead. I could say fit, and it would do it. I know it's all just syntactic sugar, but it's fun to try.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I'm looking at your current proposal, and I'm seeing four less characters, and that's the way Past was built from the beginning. Is that to make it really simple? And maybe I mean, I can consider this. If the community likes it,
Yeah,
I may consider it. Mhm.
it's just syntactic sugar. Yeah, I'm with you. Like as far as the actual character count, like who cares? But it's not like typing only is hard by any means.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I kind of appreciated that with like we said, RSpec and Jasmine, where if you were working on a test, you could just throw one little letter, and then there can be a sequence of plugins that even like go in and remove those. Like I remember running that from the command line, like unfit. There was like an unfit command, and it would scan your test and remove anything that was fit and just make it.
Oh.
So like there's a
Oh,
whole
that,
there's
that,
a
that
whole
that's
ecosystem
nice.
around
So
the
you mean like I
workflow.
want, yeah, yeah, I want to remove all the skip it tests, for example. You would have a
Exactly.
command for that, so you don't have to go to every single test.
Yeah, you could say something
That's a
like
very nice,
unfit
yeah.
or or unfocus or
Oh, nice.
something like that, right? And again, this wouldn't be pest. This would be maybe part of the plugin package that I have, but you know, it could be cool.
Yeah. I'm gonna tell you a history about those small things. So when I first started with Past, I was basically focusing myself in Jest, which is the JavaScript equivalent of this. And then there was people saying, "Oh, have you watched Mocha and Jasmine and all those
Oh
things?"
yeah,
And I
yeah,
was like,
yeah.
"Oh,
Mocha.
there is so much content here, like so many ideas I can bring on." But it was so nice. So yeah, so here you are just applying the same. Yeah.
Okay, so it actually works with only, but now I think going back to that whole
Oh, I think it's
test
not
bit.
working. I think
Oh, it is
because it's
focusing.
saying It is, but it doesn't. Oh yeah, because you
Yeah,
don't have
because
any assertions.
we need this. We need to actually like do the thing now. So
Oh, so you
so
need to
now we
pass the
get
callback. You
fancy.
mean.
So we got the callback.
Yeah.
So now it's like run the callback or uh, pass the higher order.
Uh, well, here I think you just need to pass the callback because the only object returned from the line 21 will be already available for higher order
Mm-hmm.
tests.
Okay.
So here I think we just need to pass the callback to the eat method.
Okay. So you're saying I just send this along.
Yeah. And I think we are good again. That was really fast.
This is awesome. This
Yeah,
is
it
super
is.
cool. Look at that. That's fun. What time is it? Oh, yeah, we got like 10 minutes. Let's take a
Okay.
break.
Yeah, so one thing cool about here is that you want to provide those functions globally.
Yeah.
And for the new plugin API, I'm kind of telling people to kind of namespace their functions. So because I think otherwise this is going to become a little bit crazy. Do you know what I mean? Like having 5,000 global functions in your project,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
that is not scalable at the end.
Sure.
So what I'm kind of doing, and that will be featured in the new plugin API 0.2, is that if the function is kind of related to a specific test case, you might want to namespace those global functions, and I think will be quite nice. And if you have like 2 minutes, I want to show you
Yeah.
how the new Laravel plugin will look like. Can you open your browser or share a little bit?
Yeah.
So can you go to past.php/plugins? Yeah, just replace template by Laravel.
Oh.
So this will be kind of the new thing that I'm going to ship with the Past 0.2. If you go for tests, again, to
Nice.
see how it can look like.
Yeah.
And let's check HTTP, for example.
Okay. Yeah.
So yeah, so the way it will work is that I'm gonna not publish a globally available get because that probably will collide with something else. Like we don't know where Pest will be used. I mean, it can be used
Yeah.
in WordPress and those kind of things. So to use the get, you just have to import the function get, and that
Yeah.
will work.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I wish there was a way to kind of import multiple things at once. Like
well, you can import get
Java-esque. Yeah.
virgule something, comma something. Sorry,
Yeah.
you can
Yeah,
get
yeah. Yeah, you'd
comma
have to
a
say
third
get,
database has.
comma, yeah, post, comma, put. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it'd be nice to be able to say like use function pest/laravel/star. You know?
Yeah, that would be nice indeed.
So
We don't have that in
no, I know,
PHP
I
yet,
know. Yeah.
but
Cool.
I think we don't have that because PHP is never been seen as functional, you know.
Yeah.
But I'm sure that eventually, if PHP is starting seeing a little bit as a functional language, those kind of things will change, and
Yeah.
that will be nice.
Sweet.
So I think we can finish up by cleaning a little bit the plugin.
Yeah, let's do it.
Because
So what if I did two fits? Would they compete somehow?
I think they will be both running.
Okay, this is actually my fault. There is no assertion. So that's actually legitimate.
Okay.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
Though 3 feeds, if you remove one of the feeds, it will be running just 2, correct?
Yes.
Just to make sure there's no bug there. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Correct.
And
Yeah.
I'll make more test cases or something.
Yeah, because you seem to have tons of ideas to this, which is nice.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll definitely add some PHP doc blocks to these two guys and then go from there. But no, that was actually pretty straightforward. And yeah, I might add like some kind of little like I don't know, little command line thing where you can do like vendor bin, unfit or something.
Yeah.
So.
We also have a plugin API for those kind of things.
Oh, yeah, let's talk about that.
I can let me check. Go to vendor.
Yeah.
Because I think you are using plugin yourself right now.
Mm-hmm.
Go to Pest PHP.
Okay. Pest PHP, yeah.
And let's take a look at the init plugin, for example. Yeah, so this is also a new thing in Pest 0.2, which will shipping when it's available, which will be in probably a couple of days.
Sure.
So this is the plugin API that is daily evolving because people want to add arguments or new command options just like you do.
Yeah.
And we are shipping with a pattern called interface segregation. And that is basically on the top of the class. You can say, okay, I have a plugin that handles arguments, as you can see in the Live 11.
Yeah.
And when you have that handles arguments function, what we do is that you have a public
Wait a
function.
second. What is this? What is that?
You can ignore it for this stream, man.
Just kidding. All right,
So
cool.
what it does is that it gives you a function which is called handles arguments, I think, which is on below all of that. We can check it out very fast if you want.
Yeah.
And what it does is that it gives you the original array of arguments. And for example, on line 36, it's saying, okay, if I don't have the init, I'm going to just return the original arguments and the Pest can do his job.
Yeah.
But if it doesn't, I'm going to actually perform some extra job. So in your use case would be if I do have my unfit option or argument, I'm going to actually perform some extra job before returning the original arguments.
Yeah.
So here, if you do dd arguments, you will see your unfit option. Probably not here on top of the if, yeah, because otherwise it's returning earlier. Yeah.
Oh, I got you. It returns in the if there are more arguments. Okay.
Yeah.
So we'll do arguments.
Correct.
Oops.
And here, I think you will see the unfit. Yeah. So yeah. So this is the API I'm working on because I want to really make it solid so people can build plugins for it.
So basically, I would make like a little plugin.
A class that you saw
up here
at the early beginning. We did remove it because we didn't need it.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
You would do a class like this, and one cool thing is that I am automatically detecting classes that are plugins as well. So if you go to the composer.json on the init plugin, you will see that. Oops.
Oh, in vendor.
Yeah, on the init plugin.
Yeah. PHP. Where are you, Pest?
There you go. What?
I missed it. There it is.
Yeah. You will see that in the composer.json, not this one, the one in the end, the init one. You will see that at the end we have the extra key where you can say, "Hey, I'm actually a plugin." At the end of this. There we go.
Cool.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Nice.
So this is the way you can cable things like add arguments. You can add output as well. So like the coverage itself is a plugin as well. So.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right.
So there is something else to be done on the plugin itself. So we have the task. The autoload contains the two functions. Yeah, probably like PHP docs and those kind of things. But
yeah. I'll make a legit commit here in a minute. But yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna teach you a skill that nobody does. Nobody knows.
Go for it.
On the callback on the line 5, if you underscore the callback variable, PHP Storm will not complain about an unused variable.
Okay.
Like right there. Da-da-da-da. Oh, that's probably Visual Studio have that feature or other editor. Sorry about that.
Yeah, that's okay.
But I thought that it would not come. I think it's Visual Studio in JavaScript though.
I'm okay with that complaint. It's good. I mean, honestly, it really doesn't matter. We could just put it here to. That would probably be the appropriate thing to do.
Yeah, for the sake of it. Yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
Okay.
And now, last thing I'm going to ask, poll the audience and then I'm going to take, that way I can have a few minutes break before I jump on with Frake. Do we like sit for skip it or zit RSpec style? So what do you think, Nuno?
Well, myself, I do like sit.
Yeah.
Because it's kind of allowing us to skip, I would say. The fit.
The fit's weird because, see, I would have expected focus, but only is so much more human readable, so I do like it. But it is not. That's not good.
Yeah, it doesn't read to me as well.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm not.
Yeah, I think
I'm not sold on fit, but yeah, I don't know. What else could we say?
Well, I probably will do a function call it only instead.
Yeah, but I guess what I liked about this was that it's like a one character change. That's what I always loved
Oh,
about RSpec was like if you're writing them as it, it's only a very tiny change.
oh, okay.
But see, not in Pest, not everybody might be writing their test that way because you have the higher order stuff and you have just straight test and a lot of
Yeah,
different options. So again, this is assuming that you write your code this way. But it wouldn't be very hard for this plugin to do something like that, where it was like, Stest, or like
exactly,
or like
exactly.
Fest, and just support all of them.
Yeah, indeed, indeed.
So
Yeah,
cool.
so one of the reasons why I didn't thought or I didn't wanted that to be in the core is that I feel that the API, we are in the stage that I don't want the API to evolve, API of writing tests, not the plugin API, but the API of writing tests. I really wanted to make it very stable because people
Yeah.
are using it actually. So I need to be careful
Oh
about what
yeah,
I
absolutely.
put up in the core.
I think
Even though
doing
I do like those sit and feed, though.
No,
I
I
like them.
think I think I think you're taking the right approach, just personally, like, and I think it's super cool. And again, like we said earlier, and just for the audience, like the skip and only chaining is beautiful, like already. So I'm not taking anything away. This was really just more of a learning for me because I want to be able to start contributing to the project, either be it through the Laravel plugin or, just some ideas of my own that might help workflow. So,
Yeah.
but
Okay.
yeah, cool.
Cool, man.
All right, well, I'm going to clean this up and make a little commit, but I guess we'll have to wait until the 0.2 is released.
Well, actually, you don't.
Oh,
So
okay.
if you go to your composer.json of that plugin, you will see that you are already using the 0.2. Means that I actually have a branch alias
Okay.
that proxies to the latest dev master if you are developing a plugin for the 0.2. So technically, you don't even need to wait. You can just clean up, write your clean up and commit all of this and tag it if you want to. What I
Yeah.
do recommend you is that you follow the semantic versioning of the architecture itself. So here you would tag this as 0.2.
Okay,
So
that's
if
fair.
tomorrow if the plugin API evolves for this 0.3, you might want to tag this plugin as 0.3 compatible or even tag a new version for it.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I do have a question from
Yeah.
the audience that says, how Dust is coming along. Do you know what Dust is, JMac?
Dust? Yeah.
Dust. Yeah. So we
I
have
call it
Dust.
dusky, but yeah.
Ah, yeah, you proposed
Or
it. Yeah, I
or
forgot about it.
pesky. Pesky.
Well,
For your pesky old code.
yeah. So we have Laravel Dusk,
Yeah,
which
yeah.
is basically the browser testing solution with PHP unit, and I wanted something for Pest. I think the
It is not insecticides.
well, dust means yeah, we are English. Yeah, can you go to past PHP slash
Yeah. I was trying to find your tweet, but yeah.
yeah, we have the repo. I think the thing is quite ready though, but I didn't announce it yet because I want to kind of to be packed in the new release. So you need to go to the plugins of GitHub and just
Oh,
write past PHP slash dust. And I think
okay.
we have some tests over there. So you can remove all of that, yeah, and just write dust.
Cool. There we go.
So the original idea of this package was I want to test my website, and I don't want to use JavaScript for it. I want to use PHP for it. So I decided to build this package, which is basically Laravel Dusk plus Pest combined. So
Yeah.
let's see the test folder, for example, so you can see how it looks like. So maybe the home test, yeah. So this is how it would look like. How it would look like.
Nice.
Yeah, it is small, but that's the idea, man. It's like make it really small so I can test the past PHP website and check, okay, it has a homepage. If it does, go there and then assert that this has a link so I can test my documentation website.
Cool.
And I wanted to show you something nice as well, is that in this test folder, I'm using a nice approach to actually set state on past. So if you click there and go to past, this is the way I'm trying to
Oh, okay.
set state in Pest itself. It's not using like the object-oriented approach or static methods in the class.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
wanted to make a little bit functional as well.
No, that makes sense. That's cool.
Yeah. Let me
All
check
right. I
the
think we have a
chat. Yeah.
few things in the chat, and then we'll close it up so I can have a small break before I start live streaming with Frake.
Okay, perfect.
But this was cool.
Yeah, some people are proposing that you use the it for
Yeah, they like hit. Some people like hit. So maybe I'll, either I'll put both in there or whatever. So we'll see.
yeah.
But yeah,
So one last question before we go. People are asking if the 0.2 will break something related to the 0.1 or will be just a composer update. And indeed, if you are writing tests with Pest, you just have to type composer update. Again, this is breaking more for plugins than for yourself. So probably we just have to do a composer update to the new versions, and everything will still work, which is nice.
nice. There we
It was
go.
really fun, man. I really like this format.
No, it's cool. Yeah, it kind of came out of thin air the other week when Frake and I were talking about something in Telegram, and then I was like, well, let's just live stream it because with everything going on in the world, it's kind of like it's been kind of isolating. So it's good to do some video chats with multiple people. So
Yeah, indeed, man. I really like this format. I hope you keep doing these kind of things with new people in the community. Personally, I do love to watch it.
yeah.
So yeah, looking forward for having Freak here within 10 minutes.
Yeah, I'm gonna go take a quick break and then we'll jump back on. That'll be a different stream, but it'll be on YouTube as well. So yeah, thanks again, Nuno. And this was awesome, and I'm gonna finish this up and push it out there later in the day.
Okay.
So,
Thanks, man.
all right, see you all in a bit.
Bye.